Hi gang, this is Miss Mundy here with your House of the Scorpion vocabulary chapters 4 through 5. If you have not taken the handout where you write the definitions down, if you have not taken that handout out of the folder that's at the station, you need to do that right now and stop the video so that you are ready to go. You are expected to listen to this video in its entirety, and you are to write down the definitions and parts of speech as we go. The words are maliciously, endure, disconsolately, solitude, caches, writhing, gristle, intrusion. So our first word up is maliciously. Wait, Matt said. Rosa paused. She looked distinctly unfriendly. Can you tell Celia where I am? The maid smiled maliciously. Celia isn't allowed to see you. Doctor's orders. She went out and closed the door. All right, so let's look at, first of all, I can easily tell what part of speech it is. We'll talk about that in a second. So this maid is smiling maliciously, and then she says Celia isn't allowed to see you. Doctor's orders. So she's not being particularly friendly here. So it does mean viciously, in a way intending to do harm. That is the definition. If you need to stop the video, you may. Here is someone spreading malicious rumors or gossip, and we know that since it ends in ly and it is explaining how she did something, it is an adverb. Our next word is endure. Matt's mind churned over the punishment Maria would endure because she had brought him food. All right, so let's look at this. Maria would endure, have to put up with, because she brought him food. Would endure. So, endure is a verb, and it means to continue to exist or last. So she would put up with, to continue to exist. Next word, disconsolately. He pulled on the window bars. They were as firmly attached as ever. He sat disconsolately on the floor. Now, I know that this is an adverb because look here. It's how he sat, plus it ends in ly. So obviously, this is Matt sitting there, and he's not feeling really good about things because he's been trapped into his prison, and there are bars on the window. So I'm guessing he's feeling pretty sad. And it does mean gloomily, unhappily, and it is an adverb. Next word up is solitude. Long days of solitude in Celia's house had taught him how to be quiet, and any attention from Willem or Rose could result in pain. Well, we know that Matt was very isolated in the house, so solitude, look at this, of solitude. It's part of a prepositional phrase, so it's the object of a preposition, which means it must be a noun. Days of long solitude, isolation, loneliness. Let's see what it means. All right, here we go. Solitude. Seclusion, absence of human activity. Make sure you've written down that definition. It is a noun. Cache. He hid caches of food under the sawdust, not to eat later, but to attract bugs. Maybe like a stockpile of food. It is obviously a thing. So there's a squirrel stockpiling his cache of nuts. It's a stockpile or supplies, and it is a noun. Now what's really interesting is you will see, if you really are into computers, the word cache is used with computers all the time. It's where your computer stores memory of things that you have done, a cache. Okay, the next word is writhing. Afterward, Matt discovered a writhing mass of worms living in the meat, and he watched them grow and eventually turn into buzzing flies themselves. selves. Well, anytime I see worms moving around in a mass of meat, I imagine that they're twisting and turning and kind of like what this guy is doing down here that just got injured. And that's exactly what it means. Twisting and turning in pain, writhing. Okay, the next word is gristle. And what's really interesting is very few students know what this word means, but you guys see it all the time. Underneath the sawdust, and he knew exactly where, were caches of nutshells, seeds, bones, fruit, and gristle. The gristle was particularly valuable. You could stretch it, bend it, hold it up to the light, and even suck on it if it wasn't too old. So maybe it's something that has flavor, something you can get out of it. So right there, this is actually meat, and this is the gristle of the meat. It is, grossly enough, cartilage. The cartilage. Okay, it is a noun. And yes, I know that I forgot to put the other end of the quotation mark, so it doesn't count as a grammar crime. Matt was frankly relieved to see them go. They were an unwelcome intrusion in the orderly world he had created. They were invading his space. Okay, respect others' needs for privacy. So let's see, it is a noun, it is a thing. And it means an unwelcome entrance or invasion. Okay, so those are your vocab words. You can go back and replay this video as much as you need to. Make sure you have the definitions and the parts of speech. And now you need to get the second handout in folder number 2 that has vocab practice for vocab words 4 through 5. When you complete vocab lesson 4 through 5 practice, if you flip over on the back, you will notice that there is vocab practice 1 through 5. You have my permission to get your definitions out for vocab lessons 1 through 3 to help you complete the back of this sheet and this handout. That's it for now, folks.